Hey there, Gemini. Woo. Welcome to Love or Tarot. I am Jay, your host here at Love or Tarot. And I am here to dive into a little bit of your energy. Definitely give you a love reading here. Okay, wanted to first start off with a few disclaimers, and that's that energy is fluid, not linear. So this message could resonate for your past, present, and future. It could also resonate for someone who's energetically connected to you and not necessarily you. And if in fact that is the case and you do feel that this message may resonate for someone that you know, please be sure to click that share button and go ahead and send this message right on over to them so that they can receive the insight that they need, okay? Gemini, first starting out, I would definitely say your energy is very interesting. Very interesting. I definitely feel a lot of weight on my throat chakra, Gemini. So I'm interested to hear what it is that you have to say, okay? Definitely be sure that you're speaking your truth at this time. Last time I read for you all, you guys were going through some beautiful transitions and, really even doing a little bit of traveling, okay? So, I'm really interested to see what's going on now. What's going on now? Spirit. Let's cards please, Spirit. Oh my goodness. Spirit, could you give us messages of truth, healing, love, and light for the sign of Gemini, please, Spirit? Ooh, okay. Is that it, Spirit? Is that all we have for the beginning of this spread? Take it. Okay. Alrighty. This is looking interesting. This is looking interesting. We have the Knight of Coins. We have the Eight of Wands. We have the Star card in reverse. We have the Hierophant card. And we have the Strength card. Who's teaching who is what I just heard. Who's teaching who? Has a student become the teacher, Gemini? Has a student become the teacher? Has a student become the teacher? Wow, this is interesting. I'm tapping into quite a few of you who have moved into something new, but something that you've been wanting to do for quite some time. And I don't know if it's the energy of, so many of us having to kind of take that break and sit at home. But, to me, it feels like it's not even that. It feels like this is something that you've been investing your time in, something that you knew wasn't going to happen overnight, but was willing to make sure that you took the necessary steps to get it done. It's not here yet. But you're anticipating it with this Star card in reverse. You're anticipating it. You're moving towards it. It's not here yet, but you're moving towards that. You're moving towards this wish fulfillment. You're moving towards what it is that you want it to be, but it hasn't quite happened yet. But with this Hierophant and the Strength card, it's like you've may have been studying under someone and all of a sudden you're now the person that is sharing and giving insight. For some of you, I'm even seeing a setting where, you were sitting in a classroom setting or maybe learning from this person, and now they're pulling you in to be the person that comes in front and teaches everyone else. You're being pulled to, hey, You've learned as much as you're going to learn. It's now time for you to teach. It's now time for you to, take up your strength and move to the forefront. Okay? Others of you, it's interesting. I'm getting this too. Others of you in this Gemini energy are being called to be spiritual teachers. And you know that this calling is on you. You know that this is something that you want to do. Okay? It's something that you want. Or I can't say that because I'm not getting the sense that it's what you want. I'm getting to the truth here. It's not something that you want. But it's something that continuously is presenting itself to you. Like it's the inevitable. But it's not something that you want. You're like, why do I keep getting these downloads? Why am I having all these crazy dreams? Like this is not really my speed. And you tend to be someone who, being Gemini, of course, you lean more so towards your logic. And it's so funny because I just heard, and not towards all this hocus pocus. It's so funny. But it's like you're trying to lean toward this new opportunity, this thing that you feel is lasting, and you're learning about it. That's beautiful too. It's like I almost got two with the star card in reverse, that you're studying astrology. You're studying astrology, and you're now at the point where, you've gotten so good at it and you've developed these skills so much so that it's time to share. It's time to share those abilities. It's time to share this knowledge with other people. It's time to actually be able to put yourself in a position where you're able to express and, start to offer services. Slowly though, don't move too fast, okay? It's a growing process. You're moving towards it, but you haven't quite gotten there yet, okay? So even if you're, just picking up and doing maybe natal chart readings for those that, are close to you, getting your feet wet, trying to figure out, if this is really what you're going to dive into or what you're interested in doing in regards to reading for other people. For others of you, it's just you coming into this point where you've studied and you're taking your time, but now you kind of feel like you've surpassed the person that's actually giving you the information and teaching you. So I would definitely say in that regard, it's nothing wrong with you surpassing your teacher. I feel like everyone has knowledge to give. And in some instances, what you have to do sometimes is you have to reach out to someone else, where someone may be well versed in one's particular subject. If you need something that's a little bit out of their scope of expertise, it's time to kind of venture out and find those people, find that knowledge, find that book, find that forum, find that group on Facebook, anything that like a group of people or a person in which that you can follow after, or study, or just take in their information and their knowledge through a book even, where you're able to get the information that you feel like you've kind of reached your cap with this person that is in fact teaching you. But I do get the sense that there's a lot of respect for this person, Spirit, could you tell us about this Knight of Coins? Spirit, could you tell us about this Knight of Coins? Spirit, can you tell us about this Knight of Coins? Yep. Spirit, can you tell us about this Knight of Coins? Alrighty. Interesting. For some of you, this Knight of Coins, this opportunity, this thing that you weren't quite sure you were ready for, is love. We have the King of Wands. We have the Queen of Coins. And we have the Ten of Cups. What? Gemini. Gemini, have you finally moved into a position where you're ready to love? You're ready for love, Gemini? Let me find out. Spirit, can you tell us a little bit more about this Eight of Wands? And I'm being told to stop here. This King of Wands, fire energy, okay? You know, sexy. Ooh, sexy, Gemini. This person's sexy to you. This person's really sexy. This person has a demeanor about them that you really like. You are tapping more into your intuitive side, and in you tapping more into your more spiritual side, you're starting to read energies. And this person, their energy is so seductive, it's so warm. Okay, this person could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but doesn't necessarily have to be. Okay, but their energy is very, very warm. It's like you feel them wrapped all around you before they even touch you. Okay, and then we have this Queen of Coins energy. And I get the sense that this could be you, Gemini, okay? This is, this could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, okay? But, or you could have that in your placements. You could have that somewhere in your placement, even your moon placement, Gemini. But you're in this place of being very self-sufficient, where you now put yourself, you're now grown, and you've put yourself in this beautiful place where you feel like you're very self-sufficient. You have your ducks in a row, and now you're actually open to a possible situation coming in as far as love. And you see this going the long haul. You definitely see it going the long haul, leading to, marriage, okay, with that Hierophant right there. Spirit, can you just tell us about the Eight of Wands? Spirit, can you tell us about the Eight of Wands? Oh, I'm telling you, what are you walking towards? The sun. You're walking towards the sun. You're walking towards vitality, life. Again, with this Ten of Cups and this Sun card, these children, baby, these children. It's like you're walking towards family, legacy, love, vitality. And it's like it's all being illuminated at this time. You're walking towards your better. You're walking towards your greatness. Spirit, could you tell us about the Star card? Spirit, could you tell us about the Star card? I'm being pulled back into here. That's okay. All right. Here we are. What did I tell you? What did I say? Your intuition. Okay, and I'm unpacking this Sun card because I was told in the process of me flipping for the Star card that I need to go back to the Sun card, and as soon as I said it in my head, they came out. But the High Priestess, again, like I said, you're using your intuition. You're moving into a very beautiful spiritual journey. It looks like. It feels very, very intuitive, Gemini. Very intuitive. Very intuitive. The next card is the Empress. So abundance, all you've ever wanted. All you've ever wanted, Gemini. And it's like you knew when the time came, and you knew when you were open for the opportunity. You waited patiently. You took your time. You didn't rush into anything with anybody else. You wanted to be completely prepared and self-sufficient first before you even looked outward. And by doing that, you have met somebody that is willing to really go the long haul with you. And then you have the Seven of Wands in reverse. It's like your guard is not up. Whereas your guard is normally up. You normally feel very guarded, very closed off. You're not in that space. You're not in that space. You don't feel like you need to guard yourself from this person. Spirit, could you tell us about the Sun card? The Star card. Spirit, could you tell us about the Star card? Spirit, could you tell us about the Star card? Okay, so we have the Five of Swords. And we have the Ten of Swords in reverse. So, there's something that exists within your past that, there was some infidelity, definitely some heartbreak, but you're not in this space anymore. You're not in this space anymore, and you're not manifesting this type of energy into your life anymore. It's like you really understand how much power you have at this present time. And you're no longer holding on to this energy. You're no longer holding on to this past frustration and past pain. And you're allowing yourself to let this go. Yeah, like you're walking away from that. It's like, do you see this? If you take a look at the Five of Swords here, you see like he's walking away. He's walking away. And so is she, going in two totally different directions. Whatever this, past situation was, or just, whatever it was, you're departing from that. You're not allowing that to run your life anymore. Spirit, could you tell us more about the Hierophant? Spirit, could you tell us more about the Hierophant? Spirit, could you tell us more about the Hierophant? Spirit, could you tell us more about the Hierophant? Okay, and for some of you who this is in fact the teacher, you have the Three of Swords in reverse, and you have the Ten of Coins in reverse. It's just that the teachings that they have, again, you've surpassed the teacher. You're no longer in this space anymore where you are looking to them to really give you everything that it is that you need. And that's for those of you that were in that first scenario. For those of you who are in this love scenario where you are reaching, this ultimate loving, beautiful situation, there's some things that need to be worked on individually, okay, because it's a lot of solar plexus energy. So these are things that need to be worked. There are things that need to be worked on individually so that you all can really build in a way that's going to be sustainable for you both as a couple, okay? So there's things that need to be talked about, things that need to be unpacked, okay? I just heard premarital counseling, okay? So for those of you who are looking to get married, it's definitely a time for you to do some premarital counseling, figure out what it is exactly, that your fears are. What is it that, what are some fears that you all have separately and together and collectively? What is it? What are those things that are kind of hiding in the background that we need to deal with, okay? It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's nothing to, look at bad or foul. This doesn't at all feel foul to me. It just feels like, skeletons. Like, everyone has their stuff. Everyone has their baggage. And it's better to know about these things ahead of time than to get in a situation or a relationship or even a marriage and find out about these things later on that we could have dealt with before we walked into this new situation together. You don't want to enter a new cycle with baggage from the past. Okay. Spirit, could you tell us more about this Strength card? I mean, I'm honestly getting a sense I don't even have to unpack it. Whew. Spirit, could you tell us about this Strength card? Yep. There's a judgment call that has to be made. There's a judgment call that has to be made. Okay? Sound, look at that. Sounding the alarm, okay? There's a judgment call that has to be made. And, the judgment call is going to have to be made after there's some serious consideration. Like I said, again, the marriage counseling, really sitting down and thinking about what it is that you have to do. For others of you, it's you making that judgment call and having the strength to make that judgment call that, okay, I appreciate all that you've done for me, but I'm going to continue to move forward because I really do appreciate all that I've learned from you and, all that I've gotten from your mentorship. But I know that, I'm ready to go to the next level. You've said so yourself that, I'm really excelled and I'm really trying to continue to advance, even possibly talking to them about ways in which they feel like you can advance without, because it doesn't necessarily have to be like, look, I don't need you anymore. It doesn't necessarily have to be nasty, but just coming to them in a way of saying, hey, in the most polite, tactful way that you can, I really appreciate all that you've done. Now I'm looking to kind of shift things and move in a different direction. Is there any particular book that you would suggest me read? Any person that you would suggest me go to a seminar or even, being introduced to someone that has, helped them, because there's a lot of times that we find people that, we really look up to and admire. And then when you start to pick their brain and you find out different information that they, in fact, taught themselves or different books that they read, they can be super beneficial to you as well because your perception and your perspective on those things could be totally different than what they got from it because those things didn't jump out to them as big as they would have jumped out to you. So, and I mean that as far as concepts and ideas, things could hit you in a major way that they may have overlooked and vice versa. So definitely, this is beautiful. But again, some decisions, Gemini, decisions. You have stuff to do. You have stuff to do. You have decisions to make. But you're in a beautiful place to do it, while we're sitting and we're really allowing ourselves that personal time that we need to, get things done, to kind of unpack energy, and really figure out what it is that's best for us. You definitely have some time to unpack this and really sit. And, if in fact it is the counseling that you need, sit down. For others of you, it's just sitting down with your partner and maybe talking to them a little bit more about their past, talking to them a little bit more about the things that you've experienced, maybe even unpacking some of these past infidelities, letting them know that that's not a concern that you have for this particular situation, but that you do want to express to them what you've been through, just so that you guys have a chance to unpack it and talk about it. And, they, are more privy to what you've already experienced, okay? Because it could help them to better understand you more, Gemini. So, overall, really beautiful, really grand. We're going to go ahead and pull some cards, some oracle cards, get you some more words of advice from the Spirit Animal Oracle. Okay, less cards, please, Spirit. Spirit is like, look, no less cards. We're going to talk about this. Okay. All right. So we have Giraffe Spirit. See the big picture. Okay. You better see that big picture. Lion Spirit. Be generous of spirit. Okay. That's giving me all that strength card energy. And then Vulture Spirit. Nothing is wasted. Nothing. Every single thing that you have been through has led you to this moment. Every hurdle, every movement, every move, every chance to, make a different decision, every hard decision that you had to make that turned out to be the greatest thing for you or turned out to be the best thing for you. Even heartbreak, you went through it so that you could get to this point and truly appreciate the person that's in front of you. Okay, this is beautiful. Okay, so you just have to consistently remind yourself that nothing is wasted. Nothing is wasted. Every single thing that we go through is a pillar. It's to build us, okay? You take a look at this Eight of Wands card. Every single thing was a step forward. Okay, these were the steps being laid out for her to climb. And she's still moving. She's still going. There's still space. There's still, so much that she has to do moving forward. I mean, this is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy. So, love you, Gemini. Look forward to, reading for you at a later date. I honor you for allowing me to be able to read your energy, and be blessed. Namaste.